Welcome back to Elite Pro Golf Academy. Now, this week's tip of the week, we're going to talk about how to take your driving range game to the golf course. Because what we hear an awful lot here at Elite Pro Golf Academy is, do you know what, the lessons are really helping, I'm hitting the ball really nicely, but I just can't take what I'm doing on the driving range to the golf course. And this is probably where it's the most frustrating sometimes, because you've really seen some success and some real improvement, but performing on the golf course is the hardest thing to do. So how can we kind of work on this? Because a lot of people really don't understand how to do this. So what we tend to find is, when we're on the driving range, you've got a massive expansive area in which to hit the golf ball into. But then when you get on the golf course, you have a lot of trouble, or you have some intimidations. So you have the bunker, let's say, or water, or maybe even there's some trees, or it's a particular hole that you don't particularly like the look of. But how do we overcome these obstacles in order to perform at our best and produce good scores? Well, this is not just something that amateurs struggle with, even professionals do. This is a really, really hard part of the game to perform well all the time. So, but how can we practice it? Well, one of the things we need to understand is, when we're on the driving range, we need to try and intimidate ourselves. So there's no point kind of standing there just hitting the ball out there into a massive expanse. We need to actually change the club, change the target every single time and go through our routine. So what I suggest you do this week, at the end of every practice session, probably for the next month, I want you to save 10 golf balls to 15 golf balls. And what I want you to do is pick a different club and a different target every time. So you have to then adjust to the left if you're going to a target on the left with, let's say, a 7-iron. The next time you might hit a driver down the right, and try and create some targets. Try and take some small targets to aim at. The smaller your target, the more you'll find you focus in on where you would like the golf ball to go. So I want you to go through your full routine and practice this. Now, one key for this is something that people don't realise. When you're on the driving range and hitting ball after ball after ball, you find a rhythm. You find a tempo, and you start to actually hit the ball really, really nicely. Now, wouldn't it be great though if we could use that rhythm and that tempo on the golf course and with different clubs? And this is the key to playing well. This is what you see when you watch the TV or you watch the Open that's coming up. You'll find that people actually have a similar rhythm and tempo on every single shot, and this is one of the things that you must do. So you must practice your rhythm and your timing and almost make it feel like your 7-iron and your driver, for instance, almost feels like it's the same amount of effort, the same amount of rhythm, timing and tempo. Now, this will massively improve your scores, but it takes some practice, and people are not very good at this. So practice this for at least a month, and I want you to every single time change the target, try and work on your keys and work on your rhythm and your timing, and you'll be staggered how well you start to perform on the golf course. Now, one final thing, remember, we never hit good shots all the time. You will hit some bad shots in probably every single round you play. If you're very lucky, you might have a couple of rounds where you don't really hit a bad shot. Enjoy it while it lasts, because in reality, we all hit bad shots. So take them on the chin. Don't let that shot affect your next shot. The old saying of, just because I missed a short putt on the previous hole doesn't mean I have to then hit my next drive out of bounds. So once you've hit a bad shot, move on, keep working on the same things, and you'll be amazed how well you start to perform on the golf course. Happy golfing, keep working at it, and we'll see you all soon.